Outlander Season 7 quietly slipped in another time traveler, and that's a promising hint that the upcoming episodes might finally give us some long-awaited answers. With Season 8 marking the end of this epic romantasy, there are still plenty of loose ends to tie up. And just to keep things interesting, the latest finale dropped a huge bombshell. Jamie and Claire's first daughter, Faith, might have somehow survived. That mystery alone sets the stage for a wild final season. Season 8 has a lot to tackle, but at least all the key players are in place. So, let's break down everything we know so far. Now, before we dive into Outlander's newest time travel character and what it could mean for the final season, let's take a moment to talk about a significant milestone: Sam Heughan wrapping up his journey as Jamie Fraser. For 8 seasons, Heughan has brought Jamie to life, ever since he was one of the first actors cast when the show was announced. But with Outlander officially coming to an end, so too does his time as the iconic Highland warrior. Although filming wrapped in September last year, some of the cast, including Heughan, returned for reshoots and final dialogue recordings. Recently, Heughan shared an emotional farewell on Instagram, revealing that he had just completed his last ADR, automated dialogue replacement session, for the series. In a heartfelt video, he admitted the experience was very emotional, but expressed excitement about seeing how fans react to the final season. He also teased that the last episode is especially moving, signaling that Outlander's finale will be one to remember. Heughan's comments also hinted where things stand with Season 8's production. While Season 7 left us on a massive cliffhanger, the show's creative team has reassured fans that the final season will wrap up all remaining storylines for Jamie and Claire. Given Heughan's emotional response to the last episode, we can expect some shocking revelations before the credits roll. Unlike earlier seasons, where fans could look to Diana Gabaldon's books for clues, the show is expected to diverge from the source material in its final stretch. While the books Written in My Own Heart's Blood and Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone serve as blueprints, Outlander's finale may take some creative liberties. In the novels, Jamie is presumed dead again after a battle, but given that near-death experiences have become a recurring theme for him, the show might choose a different path, perhaps focusing on his legacy instead. Another major mystery that Season 8 must resolve is the fate of Faith Fraser. If Claire and Jamie's first daughter somehow survived, how did she live on to have children of her own? This revelation could completely change everything we thought we knew about the Frasers' history. But Faith's storyline isn't the only mystery lingering over the show. From the very beginning, Claire's journey through time seemed accidental, but over the seasons, it has become clear that time travel in Outlander follows a much more deliberate pattern. The ability to travel through the stones is genetic, and certain people seem to be drawn to specific moments in time as if guided by a greater force. If Outlander truly wants to go out with a bang, Season 8 needs to finally explain why all of this is happening. One of the biggest hints about time travel's deeper significance came in Season 7, which quietly introduced another time traveler. Claire has encountered many others over the years, starting with Gillis Duncan in Season 1, and later including characters like Comte Saint-Germain, Master Raymond, Ottertooth, Wendigo Donner, and of course, her own family members Roger Mackenzie, Brianna Fraser, and their children. Now another name has entered the mix: Captain Ezekiel Richardson. Though the show hasn't explicitly confirmed that Captain Richardson is a time traveler, all signs point in that direction. He has already caused trouble for Claire and Jamie, warning Lord John Grey of Claire's impending arrest and later revealing himself as a rebel masquerading as a British loyalist. He even attempted to recruit Claire as a spy, and when she refused, he set events in motion that could have led to William Ranson's death. Like every other time traveler in Outlander, Richardson clearly has a plan. The question is, what is it? Season 7 also reintroduced another mysterious figure, Master Raymond, who has long been suspected of playing a much larger role in Outlander's time travel mythology. Both he and Richardson appearing in the same season suggests that the show is finally ready to provide real answers. In the Outlander books, Richardson's true agenda is eventually revealed. He traveled back in time to prevent American independence, believing that keeping the colonies under British rule would lead to the earlier abolition of slavery and prevent the Civil War. Of course, history in Outlander tends to course correct. No attempt to change the past has ever succeeded, and instead, Time travelers seem to ensure that history unfolds exactly as it's meant to. But why? What force is guiding these events? Master Raymond has long been speculated to be at the center of it all, subtly influencing time travelers throughout history. His return in Season 7 might finally bring that mystery to light. That's exactly why Season 8 must prioritize its time travel storylines. While the show has always been a mix of romance, historical drama, and fantasy, time travel is its foundation. Jamie and Claire's love story is only possible because Claire traveled through time to meet him, but their fates, and the fates of so many others, seem to be intricately woven into something much bigger. There has always been a sense of destiny at play, an invisible force pulling people together across time. Yet the show has never fully explained why certain people can travel through time or why they are drawn to specific moments. Captain Richardson and Master Raymond's involvement suggests that the final season will finally unravel the bigger picture. However, there's always the risk that these elements could be sidelined, as we saw with Comte Saint-Germain in Season 2, who was heavily hinted to be a time traveler but never confirmed as one on screen. At the end of the day, Outlander has always been about more than just Jamie and Claire's romance. It's about fate, history, and the unbreakable bonds that transcend time itself. With Season 8 set to be the show's grand finale, it's time for Outlander to return to its roots and give us the answers we've been waiting for. And we can't forget that Season 8 has to address Ian's Mohawk son. His happy ending just wouldn't feel complete otherwise. Back when Ian lived with the Mohawk, his wife Emily suffered multiple miscarriages. Heartbroken, she eventually chose to remarry, which led Ian to return to Fraser's Ridge in a dark place, even contemplating ending his own life. What he didn't realize at the time was that Emily had been pregnant when he left. Everyone assumed her child belonged to her new husband until the baby was born with white skin and red hair, revealing that Ian was actually the father. Years later, while working as a scout for the Continental Army, Ian briefly reunited with Emily and met his son, Swiftest of Lizards, for the first time. Ian opened up to Rachel about his son in Season 7, but it's unclear whether the boy will play a bigger role moving forward. Emily had asked Ian to give the child an English name, and he chose Ian James, carrying on his own name. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay in the loop, and if you want, you can share your thoughts about this video in the comments.